right, good morning, you guys. Happy Friday to you guys and a weekend ahead. I can't wait, man. I mean, it's just been an exhausting week all around. All right, so let's take a look at Qs. All right, so we know that we're in correction territory, that's for sure. Hanging out under 360 in the pre-market so far. I published a couple of charts earlier this morning, and I wanted to bring to your attention this morning or now. We're talking about the average true range ATRs. Now, the average true range does not give you it doesn't give you indication of price direction. However, it definitely shows you volatility. So right now, on a daily chart, our ATR is well above 8, a value of 8. Okay. Now you follow my chart here, and we go back to September 2020, or even go back into March 2020. You can see that whenever the ATR hits about 8 and up, the value of 8 and up, things starts to reverse course. Okay, so we are in a very, obviously, very, very volatile environment. I think we will see more of that today, more or less. As the big money whales, etc., are they going to buy the dip, or are they going to continue selling into the strength here of the downward momentum? So it's going to be really interesting to see how the Q and the SPYs work out. Last check at VIX, we're near 26 levels. So it's going to be, and also there's big options expiring today as well. So there's going to be a lot of chop. I don't think we're going to see one big move at the bell or during the day. I think possibly there might be more selling pressure towards the end of the day over the weekend. So we'll see. But I did pick up for swings on SQQQ, trading at 38.60, 39.39 right now. And I really like the setup here. They did a reverse split. I'm sorry, they did a split just a few weeks ago. So I don't, it's still pretty affordable. You could play options on this too, but I'd rather just own some shares and see what happens. I'm really targeting it. You can see it's kind of this falling wedge breakout here, and there's a little bit of gap to fill at 41 to 42 levels, so we'll see what happens there. So that's what I'm doing today. QQQ, SQQQ. Let's talk about Netflix, baby. All right, so my options should print really well at the bell here, trading at 407.65 in the pre-market. Definitely, you can see on the 5-minute chart there's some volume shelf here, so people are trying to snatch up shares. I'm not so sure. Yes, there's a huge gap to be filled, but that doesn't mean it needs to be filled today. So I'm thinking if the broader markets continue to sell off today, you can see Netflix break under 400, and it did very momentarily earlier this morning at 398. So I'm interested to see how Netflix perform. I got next week put, so got a little bit of time to see what happens with it for the day. Let's move on to Tesla. Inverse head and shoulders, as I mentioned a week ago, and we're trading at 991 in the pre-market. Looks pretty crappy. Next level to watch is 980 or 982, and then there's a gap to be filled from 957 to about 939. So that's a pretty strong gap there. Now Tesla does have earnings next week, so you could probably see a little bit of pump next week, or else you can see this thing fade away. We could get into a situation where tech continues to bleed out until earnings next week, and then any good news, we'll see a pump back in tech and NASDAQ, etc. So with that being said, I hope you guys have a great weekend and enjoy your day. Be careful out there. Today's going to be very volatile. If you're a bear, don't chase it. If you're a bull, don't chase it. It's just going to be one of those bull trap, bear trap kind of days every 5 minutes. So with that being said, I will see you guys next week.